All right, let's dive in. Today we're taking a close look at the Grok Trade daily stock market summary for April 8th, 2025. You sent this report over, and I think it'll be fascinating to kind of unpack what went down that day. What happened in the markets, what were the big economic forces at play, and even, some of the more interesting moves in crypto and precious metals. Just really get a sense of like the key takeaways from this one single trading day.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest story right off the bat is that significant sell-off we saw in U.S. stocks as Tuesday came to a close.
Yeah, it's almost like a reversal, right? Like Grok Trade mentions that the day actually started with gains and then boom, this sharp downturn. Small caps, they really took a beating, down over 2.5%. And of course, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, those weren't far behind, both sliding over 1.5% by the end of the day. Grok Trade's take is that this was, potentially a lot of investors trying to lock in those early gains or, maybe even cut their losses before things went further south, which, just led to this wave of selling pressure.
Right. And what's so interesting, even within that kind of downward trend, is that Grok Trade points to this potential uptick, a small one, but still, in the NCD histogram. Now, for folks who are familiar, you can think of that as sort of a measure of how quickly a stock's price is changing. And even this slight increase there, it could be a signal, not a guarantee, but a signal that the downward momentum is starting to, lose a little steam, which could mean a short-term bounce, is a possibility, especially given these oversold conditions.
Okay, so like setting the scene here, what were some of the major economic headlines, driving all this market activity? What was really shaping the narrative on April 8th?
Well, without a doubt, I think the dominant factor, at least according to Grok Trade, was this renewed, as they put it, tariff turbulence. President Trump issued a warning about a potential additional 50% tariff on Chinese imports, right? And the deadline, get this, the deadline for China to back down from their retaliatory tariffs was literally the next day, April 9th. That kind of uncertainty, that threat, I mean, it clearly rattled the markets. It's seen as like a key trigger for the day's volatility and that stock sell-off.
Yeah, and it's not just Grok Trade, right? They mentioned that like some pretty big names, major institutions like Goldman Sachs, they were reportedly increasing their odds of a recession happening, and they were specifically linking that to the potential fallout from all these tariff policies. Like we could see slower economic growth and who knows what'll happen with inflation, right? And the way they described the S&P 500, that it was experiencing these wild swings, I mean, that really gives you a sense of like the level of uncertainty out there.
Absolutely. I mean, these tariff announcements, they're not happening in a vacuum, right? It's like they set off this chain reaction, this whole cascade of potential issues that could impact, everything from corporate earnings to existing supply chains. And ultimately, it's the consumers who end up feeling the pinch. They're the ones facing the increased costs. And that's really the heart of those recession concerns.
So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about, the cryptocurrency market on that same day. Bitcoin, it also saw sell-off pretty close to 3%. So we're seeing the stock market react strongly to these tariff threats. Let's see if that same anxiety, right, kind of trickled down into the cryptocurrency markets on Tuesday.
Well, Grok Trade, they point to this potential falling wedge formation on Bitcoin's daily chart. Now, they're careful to say, don't read too much into these textbook patterns, but it does suggest a kind of technical setup that, some traders might interpret as a signal for a future upward price movement. But, take it with a grain of salt.
And even with that dip, right, Bitcoin seemed to hold its value a bit better than, some of the other cryptocurrencies out there, which, reportedly experienced even bigger declines. So what could explain that relative stability in the face of, pretty widespread sell-offs?
Right. Well, it could be a sign, that Bitcoin is just perceived as, well, more established, perhaps even less volatile compared to, some of the other players in the crypto world. And so maybe it's attracting investors who aren't, as quick to hit the panic button and sell off when things get a little shaky.
Interesting. And here's another interesting tidbit. While stocks and a good chunk of the crypto world were down, precious metals like gold and silver, they actually showed some relative strength that day. Silver pretty much closed flat, and gold even posted a small gain.
Yeah, that's a pretty classic flight to safety scenario when you've got all this uncertainty, all this fear in the stock market, and even, in assets that are generally considered more volatile, like cryptocurrencies. You often see investors, turning to those traditional safe havens, like gold. Silver's flat performance, that might be a little different, maybe tied to its industrial uses, which creates a different sort of demand.
Hmm.
But overall, I think the performance of precious metals that day, it definitely suggests that at least some investors were hedging their bets against, broader market risks.
So, stepping back and looking at Grok Trade's overall perspective on this particular day in the markets, what's their takeaway message for, traders and investors who are trying to navigate these conditions?
Well, their report really stresses the need for caution,
Hmm.
and for a deep understanding of how markets work, especially during these, volatile periods. They really highlight the importance of having strong skills in technical analysis and risk management, not just jumping in blindly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks for breaking it all down with us today.
My pleasure. Anytime.